It's been much too long. Feelings coming on. Feel it in my bones. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Hey, what is up, you absolutely beautiful, fantastic, awesome people? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are listening to Kraftwerk. We're going to listen to two songs off of their album Automat, released in 1974. This would be, excuse my mispronunciation, Kometenmelodie, number 1 and 2. So this is off of the second side of the album, and from what I kind of read here on Wikipedia just before getting into this, because I was originally going to do the whole side as a whole, but it looks like I can actually split these two up because there's 4 tracks here, and each of the remaining tracks here are in a 2-part structure. The first, I guess, is kind of like an introduction, and then the main section of the song. So these last 4 tracks will be split into 2 different groupings, as it seems like that's appropriate. Hey, thank you for being here. Hope that you're having a lovely day. Let's do it. This is Kometenmelodie, numbers 1 and 2. All right, so first off, I want to know what you guys thought. Did you think it was boring? Did you think it was beautiful? I thought that it was absolutely beautiful, to be honest. Now, I do want to say, and I do this a lot with certain songs, but I want to apologize because I'm sure that it's not entertaining to watch me like listen to this type of music, and I can't help it. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's a beat, so I'm like swaying a little bit, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, what? No. Because music like this puts me in the same personal mood as when I listen to ambient, right? Like, I put it on, and either I do like, sit there and listen to it and pay attention to it, or I do something else in the background. I'm either reading a book, maybe I'm editing something, or I usually have this editing or ambient music like around me. So I kind of put this in the same mindset. So I'm not always like, I don't know, reacting. I'm just kind of listening and enjoying and kind of absorbing it. Like, this is the type of music you just get lost into. You don't think about it. You just enjoy it. You let your mind fill in the blanks of the music. And I thought that this was beautiful. So as I mentioned at the outset, the translation of this piece is Kometenmelodie. So in listening to it, I was kind of thinking about that. What is a comet and how is it going to fit into this? So this feels very spacey. I love the ambience that's built up in the first part, and then the piano which enters in, giving you a little bit of a melody to grab onto. And it's very beautiful. It's very shiny as it comes to the forefront. And then as we move into part two, of course we get into the beat, which comes in, the music opens up, and then we have this very beautifully glowing synth that kind of plays and rises and just kind of fills the air, fills the room. And I think that kind of, to me, represents the comet. A comet is something you see in the sky. It's this bright glowing orb, this beautiful streak that flies across the sky, there for a moment and gone in an instant. And yet it makes an impression, a lasting impression. And I think that this song beautifully represented to me what a comet may sound like in its travels, in the moments, the blink of an eye when we do see it. I really love, let me pull it up here. Just the synth that's at the forefront here that constantly rises and falls. It kind of reminds me of the light that you would see coming off of a star. That constant and straight rhythm represents to me the travel of the comet. And there's a lot going on in the background of the music. I was listening to that and just how it's structured and how it's put on top of one another. And just to remind myself, but also, for you guys, there's 4 people in the group. Ralph Hutter, Florian Schneider, Klaus Rode, and Wolfgang Fleur. Then you have the engineers and such. But each of them are handling different aspects of the piece, whether that is the drums, the percussion, or like I said, there's even violin and guitar here, or the different electronics. Like, they're each handling different sections, and I think that they're each doing a great job of, in a sense, staying in their pocket, in their realm, while also allowing exploration, whether that's for themselves or in harmony with the other group members. I just think that it all comes together really well, and I would actually be really interested to see how they come together live, because I would like to see how they perform on stage, but also their integration with one another. I think would be really interesting. Kind of like when we've listened to Jean Majad here with Oxygen. I've watched a few live performances. I've watched one recreation of Oxygen, and he has several other artists and other people on the stage with him, and they're all kind of doing different things. So I think that that's really cool to see the execution, of course, after the results. If we come back to the first piece, we're just kind of left in the emptiness of space. There's not really a lot going on here, but I think that's well represented. We are really just floating in the emptiness, floating in the expanse. I love using the word expanse, because, the show. Like, you can maybe imagine some distant stars glowing in the back, in the distance. And then if you pull up a little bit, I love that deep and resonant synth that comes out. The stoically played beat in the back that sounds like a distant thud. I like that. And then right here, you have just a little glimmer of a star. A little glimmer, perhaps, of a comet. And even as we move further along in this one, the song almost has an industrial kind of feel to it as well. which I think very well captures the idea of just being in the dark and depths of space. But moving into part 2, they start with this synth wavy bass, slowly rises up, and then before you know it, the main melody and the main groove comes in. And that is the comet entering our atmosphere. Wait, comets don't enter the atmosphere, right? Don't comets just, they stay out of the I don't remember. Meteorites, asteroids, comets, I don't remember all the differences. Meteorites are ones that land on Earth. Meteors just pass Earth. Comets, I think, are meteors? Is another word? I don't remember. But this particular melody that we've heard several times in this piece, I think this is a gorgeous one. And I know it's a weird word, but it's arousing. Not arousing. It's a rousing melody. It makes you move. It makes you feel something. You know what I mean. And of course they lift it up here just to hit a higher climax, reach a higher place. And I think it does a great job of reaching that higher place. This was a good 2 pieces in the album. Now, the next 2 tracks are called, the translation once again, Midnight and Morning Walk. Once again, they're supposed to be kind of taken together. So we'll do that in the near future. But of course, I would love to know what you guys thought of these 2 pieces. You can let me know in the comments. Join me on Twitter. Sorry if the video and my reaction during the music was boring. I'm just being myself. I'm just being who I am. And who I am is all I can be. But I hope that you enjoyed your time here. Of course, the video. And like it, share it, all that stuff. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.